I did put a pencil in there for you. Just make sure you put it back. Only reason why I'm doing that is because pencils is now becoming a bill. Like I'm literally spending money on pencils every week. So we need to not take the pencils from the classroom, just use it in here and then put it back, okay? Because I'm like, dang, how many, I'm buying a box of pencils a week. You're welcome. All right, here we go. Please put your first and last name on your packet. You should already have your packet out. You should already have your planner out. Remember, I'm giving you points on your quiz at the end of the week for having your planner filled out. First and last name, if you hadn't done so already. Today is two. Is it 2/13?
Yes.
And I don't know why I put 3 up there, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to erase the 3 and put the 2. 23.
You're 35. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Take my the other one beside it. I'll put one in there, baby. My bad.
Yeah.
How are we gonna use a fake pencil? Yeah, come on. Why would I even do that? Shh. 26.
7.
Shh, Ricardo, be quiet. All right. Assignments. I know. What is he talking about? Assignments due this week. The warm up, the homework, and we have our quiz. Well, really, it's not quiz, it's test. We have our cluster test. Sorry, it's not quiz, it's test. It's a test this week. All right, so our essential questions are on the board. Okay, we're describing how to compare two functions. That's what we're doing today. Okay, in different representations. That means we're going to be comparing them. One might be a graph or an equation or ordered pairs. Okay, or ordered pairs, graph, table. Yeah, one of those. Describe how to make comparisons of functions. Pretty much the same thing, except for we're comparing the rates of change and the intercepts, okay? And then we're going to be asked questions about those graphs as it pertains to the context of the problem, okay? Describe the key features of a graph. We're doing that tomorrow. They're going to be, of course, the title, what's on the x-axis, what's on the y-axis, just certain key features that you need to know about when reading a graph. And then Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to start systems of equations where we're graphing more than one equation, okay? And then I'm going to describe to you what that actually means. And we'll continue with systems next week. Today, the agenda is on the board. We're going to fill out the planner, the beginning part of the planner, and we're going to go over the warm up. I'm going to do graphing equations because I didn't get to learn graphing equations with you, but we didn't put the notes in our notebook. So we're going to put it in our notebook. And then we're going to do comparing functions. And you're going to work after I go over how to compare those slopes and rates of change and the y-intercept. Then you're going to work on that with the people that are at your table. So you're going to do some possible group work. Okay? That's if we get an understanding. If we don't, then I'll be working with you as a class. I need you to study. Please study for your test this week. Everything's on linear functions, everything about linear functions and writing equations. That's going to be on your test this week. All right, let's take out our planner. At the front of your planner, this is the week of the 13th. I keep putting 2, 3. It is supposed to be 2. It's February. I don't know why I'm rushing time. The 13th. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. Sweetness. Probably nothing that idiot. No, I shouldn't say that. That's recording. Sorry, baby. But yeah, no, I don't know. He might. He might surprise me. Shh. We've been together so long. I guess it don't even matter. All right, here we go. Um, what's my goal this week, Miss Reyes? To prepare you for the test. That's going to be the goal. Okay. Your goal could be make sure I complete my homework or, whatever it is you need to work on.
I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Yes, go ahead. Take the pass, please. All right. Let's turn to a new page so we can write our homework on a new page. Yes, baby. Can y'all wait for the person? Because I'm not gonna remember. Please make sure you remember, okay, baby, when she comes back. Because I'm probably not gonna remember. Yeah. This is the 13th through. Thank you, babe. We're going from the 13th through the 17th. So this is the week of the 13th through the 17th. This is quarter 3, week 3. Our homework tonight, math 8. We need to make sure that we watch the help video. And we need to make sure that we complete our homework. Guys, please make sure that you write the stuff in your planner. We have a test on Friday, so you need to make sure that you're studying for your test on Friday. Colton, come on, baby. Remember, I'm giving you 10 points added to your grade at the end of the week for just writing in your planner every day. I mean, don't pass those points up, please. All right, let's go over the warm-up. Remember, the warm-up is formatted a little bit differently. This is to help you prepare for the quarter test. Okay, so it's formatted just a little bit differently. This is helping you prepare for the quarter test, okay? I'm going to do the first one with you today, and tomorrow you're going to try that one on your own, okay? Raise your hand if you are not ready. Close your laptop, babe. Why you got your laptop open? You don't need it. Close it up. All right. First question is, what is the rate of change? Notice how this is a table. In order to find the rate of change or the slope, you have to use the rate of change or slope formula. The rate of change or slope formula is y2,
Minus
y1, good job. What is it? What's the rest of it?
x2 minus x1.
Very good. Okay. So now we're going to pick two points from the table. Okay, so let's choose 2 points from the table. Okay, which 2 points do you feel like are going to be the easiest to use in this table? What's the 2 easiest points? 0, 3, I think it's easy. And 3, no, not 3, 7. It doesn't go this way. These are both y.
1, 7.
1, 7, x, y. Does that make sense, baby? Go this way. You have an x coordinate and a y coordinate. So let's do 1, 7. Okay. This is my first point, so I label it as x1, y1. Second point, x2. Very good, Auntie. All right, on the top, what are we going to get? What minus what on the top?
7 minus 3.
7 minus 3. Okay. All right, on the bottom, what are we going to get on the bottom?
1 minus 0.
1 minus 0. So here, 7 minus 3. What's 7 minus 3?
4.
4. What's 1 minus 0?
1.
Good job. So what does that equal when you divide? What's 4 divided by 1? 4. So M is going to be 4. That's the rate. The rate is 4. It's going up by 4 every single time. The starting amount. The starting amount is going to be where x is equal to 0. Okay? So you see right here, X is equal to 0. So the starting amount is going to be the 3. B is equal to 3. If the starting amount is not given, then you use the slope-intercept form and substitute to find B. But the starting amount is given. Your zero number or your starting number, wherever X is equal to 0, that Y value is the starting amount. So now how do I write an equation in slope-intercept form? Y equals mx plus b.
Y equals 4x plus 2.
Very good, baby. Substitute m, substitute b. I'll pause for the calls, give you a chance to write. The sheet in your folder, and there's a graphing sheet that's on your desk. Please take out the graphing sheet. Pause for the call. Put your first and last name on the graphing sheet. Well, it's going in your notebook. So it's a good practice to put your name on the top. This is the 13th. We're going to put the steps to graphing and equations. We're going to fold this paper in half. We're going to put the steps here. This is going to go in page 7 in our notebooks. Graphing linear equations. Very short set of steps. There's only 3 steps that we're going to write. There's 3 steps that we're going to write, and then we're going to do the practice. We've already done this before, but we didn't put it in our notebook. We've done this before, but we just hadn't put it in our notebook. I'm going to pause for the calls. All right, here we go. First step. The very first step is to label your M and B. So step 1, label M, which is the slope. Label what M is and label what B is, which is the y-intercept. Remember, this is your rise over run. This is your starting amount, or where the line crosses the y-axis. So label your M and your B. If you forget, your M is the number that's attached to the X. Your B has no variable attached to it. The second step is to graph the y-intercept. Graph your B or your y-intercept, which is B, on the y-axis. And remember, the y-axis is the up and down number line. Okay? The third step is that you're going to use the slope, rise over run, to put points on the line, and you're going to connect the points. Okay? So you're going to use the slope. Top number is rise, that's your up and down. Bottom number is run, that's your left to right, to put points on the line. And you're going to connect those points. Okay? That's it, y'all. Those are your 3 steps. I'm going to pause for the calls. All right. Yes, baby. You have to wait for Nia to come back. All right, here we go. Let's do these examples, please. And again, we've already done examples that are similar. We just need notes to put in our notebook, okay? All right, so number 1, we're going to label our M and our B. Which one of those numbers is the slope and which one is the y-intercept? Please write that in. That's in front of X is the slope, not X. So the slope here is going to be 7 over 2. The y-intercept here is going to be -2. Okay? Top number is the rise. Bottom number. Very good. See if you can label M and B for each of these. Okay? Label M and B for each of these. See if you can label M and B for each of these. And pause for the call. All right, what did you get for number 2? What's the M? What's the M? Yeah, go ahead. Which one of those numbers is M? -6. And we can write that into a fraction. How do you write it as a fraction? 1/6. Put a 1 under it. Rise, run. Okay, Arturo. What's your B? Alyssa, sit up, please. What's your B? Abby, y'all sit up. What's his name? Who is that with all that hair? Hayden, sit up, please. Couldn't think of who he was. All right, what's going to be your B here? Everett? Sorry. What's B? 3. Okay, what's your M for number 3, Haley? 0. It's 0 because the line is going to go through the y-axis. It's going to be a flat line. Okay, this is going to be a horizontal line. And what's your B, Haley?
5.
-5. Okay, it's going to go through the y-axis at -5. Number 4, what's your M there, Natalie? What's your M, babe? 6/5. This is your rise. This is your run. What's your B here, Carter? 1. Good job. What is your M, Ricardo? Number 5. 1/4. This is rise over run. What is your B, Isaac? What's our B there for number 5? Very good, babe. It's 2. What's your M? What's your M, America? What's your M for number 6?
0.
There is none. It's undefined, though, because it's going to be a line that goes straight up and down. So you was very close, baby. It's undefined. What's going to be your y-intercept?
5.
It's not. There's not going to be one because it's going to go through the y-axis at 5. So there is none. Okay? It doesn't go through the y-axis at all. Okay? All right, so now let's graph. Let's look at number 1. We're going to graph -2 on the y-axis. -2 on the y-axis is right here. Put your point pencil there. -2 on the y-axis is there. Okay? -2 on the y-axis is down this way. That's where you start. Do you have a seat? You got it, baby? You have it, Seymour? You have it? Your -2 B. B on the y-axis. All right, America, you okay? All right, so now we're going to use rise over run to put points on the line. So from here, I'm going to go up 7 and to the right 2. So I'm going to go from this point up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and to the right 1, 2. Rise over run. +7, go up 7. +2, go to the right 2. And this is your line. Carter, you don't have it, baby. Come on. All right, number 2. See if you can do number 2 on your own. You're going to find 3 on the y-axis, and you're going to do rise over run. -6, that's down 6. +1, that's to the right 1. All right, here we go. Find 3 on the y-axis. 3 on the y-axis is up 3 from the origin here. This is where you start. Okay? Use your slope to put points on the line. You're going to go down 6 and to the right 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1. 1, 2, 3. You don't have enough space, and you don't even have enough space to go backwards either. So this is your line. right, number 3. To graph -5, find -5 on the y-axis. -5 is here. Since it's just y is equal to a single number, it's going to go through the y-axis. So this is your line. If it's x is equal to, it goes through the x-axis. If it's y is equal to, it just goes through the y-axis.
So I guess number 6 or number 5?
Which one are we talking about, baby? 3?
Yeah.
Since the y-intercept is -5, it's going to go through -5 on the y-axis. All right, let's look at number 4. See if you can do number 4 on your own.
Go down 6 and
Right.
to the left 5.
Correct. So listen, this is 1 on the y-axis. When you go up 6, it's not enough space. So you got to do this backwards. Instead of going, the opposite of a positive 6 is negative. The opposite of a positive 5 is -5. So let's go completely backwards. Instead of going up 6, let's go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Instead of going to the right 5, go to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is your line. When you don't have enough space, go in the opposite direction. All right. See if you can graph 5 and 6 on your own, and let's paste this down in our notebook on page 7. We're going to paste this in our notebook on page 7. I'm going to pause for the calls. All right, here we go. Yes.
Can I go to the back?
Huh? Go get a bag. Oh, yes, go ahead. Sorry. All right, so graph 2 on the y-axis. Then from here, you go up 1 and to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. If we're going in the opposite direction, go down and over to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 6, this is just x is equal to a number. So this crosses the x-axis, okay, at 5. 5 on the x-axis is right here. So it's going to be an undefined line. It's going to go through 5 on the x-axis. Okay, so now we're going to put this on page 7 in our notebook. This is graphing linear equations. Q3, page 7, graphing linear equations. Okay, and we're going to paste this down so that we can see those steps that we wrote. Pause for the calls, Ms. Reyes. Make sure you paste this in your notebook, please. All right, okay. This page is page 8, comparing functions. Q3, page 8, comparing functions.
Is it a page on our desk?
Yes. Oh, it's this page right here. Put this page in front of you, please. It says comparing functions practice. She didn't mean to do it. Okay, make sure you fold that page in half. You see this page that I just gave you? You're going to fold it in half, and you're going to put comparing functions at the top. All right, we're going to compare slope first, or the rate of change. Let's compare slope. Another word for slope, or M, is rate of change. When you're comparing the slope or rate of change, which one is greater than or equal to, you're going to ignore the negative or positive signs. Okay, so when comparing which is smaller or larger, ignore the negative. Other way around. Okay, so let's do an example. All right, which slopes are greater? Okay, and then we're going to do some examples. We're going to pick out the greater slope. I'm going to give you like 2 or 3 examples, okay? I'm going to do the first example, and then you're going to do the other 2 examples on your own. All right, so in the first example, the slope is a -5, and the other slope is a +3, okay? This slope is going down by 5. This slope is going up by 3. Even though this is going down by 5 and this is going up by 3, this slope is going to be larger because it's going down at a faster rate than this is going up. So this slope is the greater slope. It's going down the fastest. It's going down at a faster pace than the other slope is going up. Isaac, sit up, baby. You try this one. Number 2. Let's suppose here m is equal to 7 and m is equal to a -12. Okay? Which one has the greater slope here? Okay, this one is going up by 7 because it's +7. And this one is going how? Down by 12. Just down by 12, right? So which one is going faster? The 12. Even though it's going down, it's still going faster. So this is the greater slope.
Because it can go fast, because it goes down faster than it goes up.
Very good. That is exactly right, babe. Any questions about comparing slope? All right, so let's compare y-intercept. Okay, now let's compare the y-intercept. So now you're going to compare y-intercept. The letter for y-intercept is B, or we can say starting amount. When you are comparing the y-intercept, when you compare, it is going to be the number, whichever number is the greatest. So you do need to look at the fact that it's negative or positive. So you're going to choose the number that is greater, okay? When you have to take in consideration, you cannot ignore the negative. Don't ignore negative. Okay, you're going to pick the number that's greater or smaller. Okay, the actual number that's greater or smaller. Do not ignore the negative. All right, so let's look at this example. If B is equal to a negative 1/2 and the other B is equal to a positive 1/2, okay, which one is greater? Which is greater? Circle the one you think is greater. Did I pause? No, I did not. We got 6 people that all got it right. All right, so which one is greater? Is it the negative number or the positive number?
The positive.
The positive. Positive is always greater than the negative. You're thinking slope. When you're comparing slope, you ignore. But the positive is going to be the one that is greater.
She said mine was right, Miss Reyes.
Oh, because I thought it was positive. Let's do this one. Which one of these is going to be greater? Circle your answer here. 5 is greater than a negative 8. Remember, Imari, you ignore the negatives when it comes to slope. But when it comes to positive, when it comes to the y-intercept, you're going to take whichever number is greater. Okay? All right, let's paste this down. Well, no, Miss Reyes, don't paste until we finish. All right, so let's look at the practice problems here. All right, so let's look at the rate of change between these, and we're going to pick the rate of change that is going to be the greatest. So we're looking at these two. What is the slope here, and what is the slope here? And then which one is greater? We're going to circle the one that's greater. So let's write the slope. The first one says a car begins a road trip at 52 miles from the house and travels at a rate of 60 miles per hour. Which one of those numbers is the rate? Which one of those numbers is the rate? 60 miles per hour. 60 here. Which one is going to be the slope in this equation? In the equation. 50. The number that is attached to the x or the variable. Which one of these slopes is greater?
The 60.
The 60. Okay, this car is traveling faster. Okay, so explain. The first car is traveling faster.
Miss Reyes, can you zoom in?
Yes. Is that better, babe? So this first car is traveling faster. How much faster is the first car traveling? 10 miles per hour faster. Okay. All right, let's look at the second example. Now we need to find the rise over run for the table. What is M of the table? And then what is M of the graph and then of the table? So let's count rise over run here. So rise, that's 1. Run, 1, 2, 3. For this one, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We pick 2 points. Jesus, take
3 and 12, 9 and 8.
Okay, that's fine. 3 and 12 and 9 and 8. Okay, x1, y1, x2, y2. All right, what are we going to put on the top? What minus what?
8 minus 12.
12. And what do we put on the bottom?
9 minus 3.
9 minus 3. So let's subtract. This gives me a negative what on the top? 12, see, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
-4.
that's -4. And then on the bottom, 3, 4, 5, okay, 6. And then reduce that. Divide both the top and bottom by 2. That gives me a -2 on the top, a -2/3. Which one is bigger, 1/3 or 2/3?
2/3.
2/3 is bigger. This slope is going to be bigger. Ignore, when you're talking about slope, ignore the negative. Y-intercept, don't ignore it. But when you're talking about slope, ignore the negatives. This is going to be a bigger or greater slope. Okay, please put your calculators back. Put this in your folder because we're not finished with it. We'll finish it tomorrow.